Hey guys, what's up y'all? Thanks for watching, appreciate it. This is going to be another Sunday edition for the week ahead. We're gonna look at the sexual, the intimate side of things for you and the person that's on your mind. So this is an 18 and over video. We'll do all signs, Aries through Pisces. Can't believe it's Sunday again already. My goodness, time flies. Alright, so we're going to look at the desires and blockages and advice for you and the person that's on your mind, like I said, for the week coming up. So this will be timestamped below. If it does resonate with you, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Alright, so let's get started with Aries. Aries for the week coming up for them and the person on their mind. What is the desires, any blockages, and advice for Aries? There's it. Alright, let's shuffle a little bit more. Aries for the week ahead. Alright, we do have a full moon this week, so let's see if that has any effect on things. Tends to be a heightened time. Alright, I don't know why I just cut the deck. I usually don't cut the deck for these readings. Alright, straight off the bat. Alright, it's going to take, whatever this situation is, it's going to have to take some like whining and dining. There's something here, it's like really getting at someone. I don't know if it could have to do with things outside of the bedroom, but it also could be like, it could go two ways, like worrying that, it could go three ways. Worrying that somebody is pulling away, not really pulling away. It could be a couple of different reasons. There's like 5 stories that just hit my head. Okay, so you can see in both of these. And this is actually the desire. So it feels like the desire for something here to be addressed. Kind of like the elephant in the room, but it also could be about insecurity and self-doubt. Like, I don't know if you can see it. There's like things here that's like under the water, or like somebody's trying to please you, but also they could be feeling like they're not. But also it feels like something just in general, that's something that needs to be talked about, because we have the 8 of chalices here. So someone could kind of be pulling away. So there's a need to, like, I haven't even got to the regular cards to really address something here. What's blocking it? You have the Fool. So sometimes the Fool can be, it was about kind of, taking risks, switching it up, outbursts, things like that. Like maybe just random. Because the Fool is kind of like a go out and switch it up and that type of energy card. But it kind of feels like actually, that's not where on one side someone is. Because for the advice, you have the Magician and the King of Pentacles. So the Magician is about like taking your time in courtship, like chivalry, taking it back to time. You don't see as much chivalry, I don't feel like. Anyways, like whining and dining, making it more than just about this physical, because you also have the King of Pentacles here for advice. So the King of Pentacles can be a card of fear, but it's also about pulling away when there's like, you're going to have to try, somebody has to try a different tactic here, because you can see in these pictures, there's like someone kind of pulling away. Maybe they could be scared of the situation, but also could be just not really in tune with how things are rolling. So the advice with the Magician is to like take your time, like show this person that you care, or vice versa, like that there's more to it than maybe just walking on the wild side, or there's something here that needs to be addressed. All right, so Taurus, week ahead for Taurus and the person on their mind. We're going to look at the desires, any blockages, and the outcome. Oh, shoot, shit. Hold on. All right, week ahead for Taurus. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. We do have a full moon, I think. Oh, shoot, Monday. All right, what we got? You got the Seven of Wands crossed by the Ace of Swords, ending with the Three of Pentacles. I mean, there's a huge need for security. Somebody kind of needs to take control of the situation. There could kind of be like a meekness to someone, like not so much like a dominating energy. Not saying that's bad, but so for the desires, you have the Seven of Wands. Honestly, it feels like somebody wants to address something that like this. There's like a seductive energy, but it feels like there's also something that's kind of lingering in the back of someone's mind here, and that can be doubts, that can be suspicions about things, that can be like there's a huge need, like talking would probably clear up a lot of shit in this situation. What's crossing it is the Ace of Swords. So you can see like there's in this picture alone, there's like bondage, right? There's things that you have to be able to trust your partner with in order to like allow some things to happen. So that trust has to be like reinstated. Something has to be talked about here, and because I mean it has like potential, but with the Ace of Swords, you have to like accept yourself. So if it is doubt, letting go of those doubts, and like I said, accepting self, but also a lot here to be said about trust, because you have the Three of Pentacles for advice. So that's all about protection, like feeling protected, feeling complete. You have to be able to give in order to receive. In order to do that, you have to trust, but you also have to trust your partner and yourself, like, you know, because doubts are just going to kind of make things clunky. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is right here. So like really just enjoying each other even after the physical, like, you know, still wanting to touch, love, kiss, things like that, like still being around each other. The Seven of Swords is right here. So even if, you know, things haven't been going exactly smoothly or really meshing, then, you know, kind of trying again. But it's something here that has to be addressed, and that could be within self or that could be within partner, because somebody just wants that security. And once that happens, it kind of will all flow. All right, Gemini. Week ahead for Gemini and the person on their mind. What are the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Gemini and the person on the mind. All right. All right, Gems, let's get it. Week ahead for Gemini. All right, week ahead for Gemini. No, one there. Thank you. All right, you got the Death card with the Nine of Pentacles, the Lovers, which I mean, technically I guess is your energy. You got the Death card here, so there could actually kind of be a state of, it doesn't have to be like abstinence, but it could kind of be like pulling back or not like actually giving as much attention to like the sexual side of things. Somebody could have abandoned the situation. This usually says that like things are going through a change. There is a transformation, and it may have kind of pulled back on the physical there as well for someone. What's crossing it is the Nine of Pentacles. So I mean, you could be dealing with the Taurus, because I think I just talked to them about this. This is like, this has everything to do with trust. And you know, somebody may be kind of dominating, may have been kind of controlling, even if it's not like in the bedroom, it could just be in general in life. So I mean, trust is kind of like discretion and kind of pulling back. That somebody may be like, I don't want to say a little bit too powerful, because that's not what it just may be that, you know, someone may not like the way that things are going, and that does not just have to be like in the bedroom. Someone could have, like I said, abandoned it in the past now, so now you're having a hard time trusting, and that's just one example, because you know it could go different for each, but there is like a dominating or just a need to trust here. Somebody may have tried to control the situation or things like that. So for your advice, like I said, you have the Lovers, which is all about seduction, not just rushing into it, not just, you know, probably not wham bam thank you ma'am, it's gonna work right now, but you know, like seductive energies, and not all the way just going for it, like pictures, smells, meals, things like that, like putting in the effort and let it be like a slow oh shit, sorry, slow moving. I don't know why I told the table, sorry, you know, not just rushing into it. All right, Cancer. Week ahead for Cancer and the person on their mind. What are the desires, any blockages, and the outcome, or not the outcome, sorry, advice, sorry. All right, Cancer. Week ahead for Cancer and the person on their mind. All right, let's get it. Thank you. Well, you have the Moon for desires. That would shoot. That's interesting. It's like a very slow moving energy, but it has like a huge effect. There's a lot of serenity around it, a lot of like fondling. It kind of, it illuminates things, right? It shows things that may have been hidden. And it's interesting because we do have the full moon coming this month, or shit, this week, Monday, I believe. So, it's like kind of bringing things to light. It feels like there's almost something that somebody wants to show you. We have the Hermit at the bottom, so things could have been, oh yeah, with the Five of Swords there as well. Some things could have needed to be switched up here. There could have been a couple of things that happened, including for some, it could have just been impotence, or somebody kind of just, you know, maybe not as much there, not as much present. You have the Seven of Pentacles is what's blocking it. So this can be like a card of tiredness, or maybe not really putting in as much effort. It could just be, like I said, that, you know, a lot's been going on and there is some tiredness here, but, or kind of just not putting in the energy that's needed. So it does feel like, you know, we kind of have a little bit of that going on. And that doesn't have to be for all situations. It just seems like there's been some type of fallback. So there's almost like something that somebody wants to illuminate and wants to show you. For your advice, you have the Ten of Chalices, and that's kind of like continuing, like being consistent. And in some cases it probably can't, especially with this card, not always can it be helped, but it is like an attachment there. So it's about kind of being continuous with your efforts towards the situation and making sure that like everybody's needs are met and things aren't just like ignored or one-sided. Even if that's not going all the way. All right, so Leo. Week ahead for Leo and the person on their mind. What are the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Leo for the week coming up. Leo. All right. You got, oh shoot, they all want to fall now. You got the Temperance card, crossed by the Sun. So I mean, okay, someone's desires here could be to wait for a little bit, like something here needs to blend back together. And oh my gosh, it's like once it does, it seems like it's gonna be worth the wait completely. But anyways, so the Temperance is that, like, it's here, things are here, even if they've been like kind of moving slow lately or just been going at their own pace. It can kind of be like maybe things that seem like a little, maybe they haven't been like as hot and fiery lately, but it is like about warming up to that. And it's like, think about coal, like coal gets lit and then like it simmers for a while. So that's what's kind of gonna happen there. And that's like the desires that someone, it's really cool because like it's like this simmers, like I said, with the coals, and then what's crossing it is the Sun. which is like fusion, like coming together. So it's like those, the coals, the sun, it all gets hot, it all gets steamy. It'll flow. It's gonna flow on its own time. But once it flows, boy, does it flow. For your for your advice here, you have the Three of Chalices, which is, it's basically like a huge improvement of the situation, away from heartbreak. There's like also a lot of love feelings that's like involved with that. So you have a really nice flow. It's just that's all I can really say. Shoot, even for for the advice, it's just about being passionate and kind of like waiting. But there is a huge fusion between these two that comes from that, and fusion is all I can say. And it kind of like the way the energy comes across with the way like the coals thing, like once it like it keeps burning, it keeps going, and then it's like becoming as one. It gets all hot and fiery. Cool reading. All right, Virgo. Week ahead for Virgo and the person on their mind. What is the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Virgo. Hey. All right, Virgo. Well, happy birthday again to you guys. Coming up on the end of your season. So I'll tell you one more time in case I forget. I try to remember every video, but that doesn't work. All right, Virgo, week ahead, what's going on? The Five of Wands. Somebody wants to watch. Oh, all right. Well, not Oi. It's kind of sweet, actually. Somebody's like, damn it, at the bottom of the deck. This card, like, it can be like a card of jealousy, but every time I see it, I'm like, I think of somebody being like, damn it. Like, but the way, like, I don't know, it's kind of inwards here. Something could have, like, in both of these pictures, there's something in the background could have been going on. So there could have been jealousy around a situation, or somebody just maybe feeling some type of self-doubt or kind of like regretting something here. The Five of Wands is here for desires, which is kind of a card of like literally just sitting there and watching. Like, it can be, about allowing someone else to go out and do something that they want to do, but as far as like intent here, not intent, like as far as movement, it's really just to kind of be watched or to watch, because somebody may be having some self-doubts here. What's crossing it is the High Priestess, which is about waiting. But it does tell you that within patience and having patience within a situation, that things are going to fall into place. Like it's already kind of written there, so you don't need to worry. For your it's cool advice. You have the Two of Wands, which is like spending time together, like having that closeness, that nearness, like doing things together, spending time together, and able to come together with this person without like losing a part of yourself. And that could go on either side, like especially if there has been some type of self-doubt or something like that that's been going on. All right, Libra. Week ahead for Libra and the person on their mind. What are the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Libra for the week ahead, please. Libra. Thank you. Oh. Somebody wants to be courted. Chivalry. Nothing wrong with that. Alright. What's crossing is the Knight of Wands. So it's kind of like just freeing yourself. Letting yourself go in towards the situation. Wow. Your advice is actually the Hermit. So there could be like someone here who kind of wants to get up and go, maybe wants to, it doesn't have to do things, but it's, for some it's like do things or experiment with things, or it could just be that somebody really wants to take things fast on one side and then the other side is kind of like not really slow down, but like let's start from the beginning, like let's start from dating, let's start from, even if you've known each other, but like let's go out to dinner, let's go see a movie, let's like courtship, you know. And that's kind of what puts the desire, the drive behind this, because what's crossing is the Knight of Wands. So it really feels like somebody maybe, it could be an age thing, but it could also be that somebody is either very free in their way, but maybe wanting to take it quickly, and someone else is just not there yet. For the advice, you have the Hermit, which, I mean, this can be like, depending on, I guess, your gender, or, you know, who you're dealing with, gender you're dealing with, this can be a card of impotence, but this also can be a card of slowing down your pace. So I feel like whatever is to, but the reason for slowing down is to be able to give things time to like grow, to germinate, so to speak. And that's what this Magician is, because that's what someone is really wanting here. So it feels like things need to be kind of taken all the way back to the beginning and slow down a little bit on someone's side, because also remember, like I said, this can be a card of impotence. Obviously that's not for all, but for some, you know. And it doesn't even have to be impotence. It can be like even on the female side, like needing time to be able to get in the mood, like can't just or like it's not like somebody wants to be courted and not just rush into things. All right, Scorpio. Week ahead for Scorpio and the person on their mind. What is the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Scorpio. Hold on, something flipped. Oh, okay. I mean, someone's just, it's pretty simple. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's like you got to work for it. Because if not, for some, there could be some doubts about whether this person really, like if they want you, or vice versa. And the Six of Pentacles is here at the bottom. So it kind of feels like someone, and the Eight of Pentacles is here for desires. Like someone needs attention, but they need to know like that they're worth it. They're worth the effort put towards it. With the Six of Pentacles, you could be thinking about somebody from a while back, but that's not for all. But also this can be like a card of, you know, maybe not feeling like you're getting all the attention that you want, so then you start like looking down there. Because for the desires, you have the Eight of Pentacles, so that's literally like if things have been maybe in kind of a disarray, or things have been going on, needing like an affectionate approach towards this. Like, don't just rush into it, because somebody needs to feel like that they're worth that effort. So you know, keeping it simple and sweet, there's nothing wrong with that, but it is like an affection and understanding, sensitive approach that someone is wanting. It's kind of nice energy. It's crossed by the Five of Pentacles, so I mean that's about feeling complete within each other, and remember not to give up on ideas and thoughts and things like that you two have together, because it can still flow here. And so with the King of Chalices here for advice, this is about satisfaction, outbursts, making things pleasurable on both sides. It's a nice card. It's a very transparent, maybe, I mean, for some, maybe you have an open relationship or something like that, but keeping things like there's always surprises and things like that to come, but making things very open and known, like, especially it seems like where you stand. All right, so Sagittarius. Week ahead for Sagittarius. What are the desires? any blockages, any advice for the week ahead for Sagittarius and the person on their mind. Sagittarius, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, check out your week ahead. I posted this morning. I think I had told you guys, you had a great looking week ahead for the most part. All right, so Sagittarius, what's coming up? Expecting big things. The Eight of Chalices for the desires. Wow, that was not the big thing I was expecting. I mean, it could just be that somebody is bashful, or a little bit more reserved, or maybe, you know, things have just been kind of like a little bit more pulled back lately. I mean, the advice here is going to be to address that. It almost feels like something here maybe has pulled back or hasn't been moving as much for whatever reason, at least in the physical. But the Eight of Chalices is here for desire. So it's almost like I said, this could just be somebody who's very shy, but it's also about getting to know and knowing that you're like with somebody that you can trust. And but even if someone is pulling away, it's needing to know that like it's wanted, or the person's wanted, the situation is desired. This is also about knowing the person you're dealing with, like their likes, their dislikes, watching their body language, seeing what they're into, because there just may be another approach that needs to be taken. What's crossing it is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is about like complete. And it could definitely be a relationship here, but it's something that also goes further beyond just the moment. Like there's you know, still wanting to deal with each other and touch each other after everything is said and done. Somebody kind of needs to feel that security. So your advice here is the Nine of Wands. So this is like a card of caressing and just taking your time. And even when a situation feels like there's doubt, or like it's kind of just hanging there in midair, like to actually resolve those problems and not just leave them there in limbo. So like talk it out, be there for each other, redirect, because there may be like an underlying reason here. It doesn't feel like it's negative. For some, it's just, you know, what I was just saying, there's like 2 or 3 different ways this can go, and it all is based off of like how you interpreted this card for desire. All right, Capricorn, week ahead for Capricorn and the person on their mind. What is the desires, any blockages, and advice for the Caps for the week coming up. Got a full moon this week, Monday. Full moon in Pisces, I believe. Alright, Capricorn. Okay. So you got the High Priestess crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody just wants to enjoy this, but 4 of Pentacles is there. So, and here's the Knight of Pentacles. If things have been moving kind of fast and somebody seems like they're pulling away, just slow it down. The High Priestess is here for desires, and the High Priestess is all about waiting. Maybe you want to make somebody wait. Maybe it's playing hard to get, but things are already there, and patience is necessary. But this is a card of waiting, so I can't help but to think that that's what it means. So the Knight of Wands is here. So, you know, things could have been moving fast, or in a direction maybe that somebody wanted to go in the opposite of. But there also seems like there's been some seduction here with the Queen of Wands. She's extremely promiscuous, but then we have that Tower there. So there could have, for some, there could have been like betrayal lately, or somebody feeling betrayed. So in that case, that's why the High Priestess is here, because the Justice card is here. Somebody's going to have to own up to those mistakes and kind of almost take it right back to the beginning. The Ten of Pentacles is here for what's crossing this. So that's a card of desires and letting go of all vanity, loving yourself, and love yourself enough to know that what you deserve. And that can also, like I said, just be within. There's a need here to know like how beautiful, how great you are. I'm not gonna, you know, it almost feels like somebody doesn't appreciate their self enough here, and I don't want that. That sucks. Appreciate yourself and know your worth. I don't know why the hell that's coming across. Probably because of this. So for your shit, what is it? Advice. You got the Four of Pentacles. Let this simmer. This is like something. It's, who was I just talking to about it? I believe it was probably Leo. So if you're dealing with a Leo, that makes sense. About like coals, like you light coals and then you let it burn and it just simmers. It's not exactly what I was telling them, but I brought up the coals thing. So this is kind of that, like not just lighting something like a candle and then it's going to go out, lighting something that's going to stay lit and it's going to simmer. So that's kind of like, even with the High Priestess, they're waiting and having patience will probably more so actually work out in your favor. Because there may have been some other things going on here. Alright, Aquarius. Week ahead for Aquarius and the person on their mind. What is the desires? Any blockages? And advice for Aquarius for the week coming up. Excuse me. Alright, Aquarius. Oh wow, I'm taking that. You got the Emperor and the Empress. Advice, please. That's so cool. The Lovers for the outcome. Oi, oi, oi. Anyway, sorry, y'all. You got the Empress. You got your Emperor. That is so cool. Anywho, all right. So for desires, you have the Empress. So that is an invitation. It seems like once something is put into like an idea, it's gonna become a reality. So it does feel like you want this person just like they want you. What's blocking it is the Emperor. So this is like a very it's supposed to be a card of virility and knowing how to use the power and trust it to you, even if that means waiting, like maybe somebody's sitting there teasing or maybe there's a distance, something like that. But sometimes that Emperor has to just sit there for whatever reason, and that takes a lot of strength. But it is about like self-control and knowing how to control and dominate yourself. For your advice here, you have the Lovers, which is about seduction. So maybe it's possible because the Five of Wands is here, the Judgment, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords. Whoa, no, the Queen of Pentacles. Sorry, I was about to say. There could have been some stagnant or like not a lot has been moving here. There could have been self-doubt. There could have been other things going on in the background. There is love here, though. It's almost like a love at first sight for some. But for some, like there's also not a lot of moves that have been made. So seduction, because it does sit there. For some, yeah, the Seven of Wands. Could be self-doubt, could be something here that needs to be addressed, but I mean, it looks like you're both sitting there waiting on each other. So seduction, even if that, I mean, that's not, you know, that's taking it slow. You know, maybe it starts out as like cooking a meal, sending a text, sending a picture, because I don't know, you're definitely waiting on each other. Cool reading. All right, Pisces. Week ahead for Pisces and the person on their mind. What is the desire? What is the obstacle? And what is your advice? Pisces, week ahead. You guys got the full moon this week. Full moon in Pisces. Alright, let's see. Three of Swords. Crossed by the Nine of Swords. Your all's energy is completely, I know there's too many, different energy than than most have. One more, please. All right, so the Three of Swords is here for desires. Something has to be paid attention to, and it's like, it could be in the bedroom, it could be outside of the bedroom, but like there could have been, like, if it's inside, like things just aren't flowing, maybe somebody's not all the way satisfied, maybe there's self-doubt. If it's things outside, you know, that they're kind of flowing over into the physical, they got to be addressed here, or things could kind of pull apart. So what's crossing it is the Nine of Swords, which is actually like taking time and remembering that you're not like against each other, that you are like for each other, you're one, like you're supposed to be, you know, looking out for each other. So remembering that no matter what's going on in the outside world, that you still got each other's backs, that it is you two. And you know, even if it's just like for that moment, don't let outside influences and outside factors like change your view of the situation or what's going on around you two. Like, just know, almost that's why it feels like something's got to be addressed here, because somebody needs to know that it's like, it's real, that like can be not, it's not even about trust, that it's about not letting outside things affect you two. So for the advice here, you have the Five of Wands. So it's about, you know, this is a card of watching and kind of just, you know, you got to be willing to put forth the effort in order for someone to give back to you. And I don't know if that's on your side, their side, so it kind of is just falling back. But it's also about, like, see how somebody's just sitting here watching, like they're not really taking any efforts, any moves, they're kind of just hiding behind a curtain. So it feels like something here really has to be addressed, and it doesn't even feel like it's completely like a trust thing. It's just knowing that, I don't even know the word for it, because it's kind of like along the lines of trust, but it's not trust. Like, not letting outside things that may not even have to do completely with you two in your world. Because the King of Wands is here. You have the Knight of Wands. I mean, things are trying to go forward. Maybe for some they're going too fast. It does feel like for someone here, commitment may have a thing to do with it. Yeah, the Hierophant's right there. So, you know, maybe in some situations somebody wants more. But take that how it resonates. Alright guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. If so, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. If you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. You all take care. Have a safe week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.